exactly what we're going to be eating for dinner. And I kind of feel like, I totally dropped the ball on this. But meal planning in advance is such a great thing to have. And even just starting out with just one meal planning a day, if you're just be planning dinner or lunch or breakfast, if you just start with one meal, it takes off so much stress. And it also not only takes off stress, but it definitely saves your budget because you're planning in advance what you're going to be eating. And it definitely, obviously, alleviates stress, and also it benefits your health because obviously, when you know what you're going to eat before you eat, you're going to make healthier choices because what you have planned is generally healthier and not spur of the moment where you're rushing home from practice with the kids or after school or whatever activity you have in the afternoon. Everyone's like, Mom, what's for dinner? I'm hungry. And you're like, I don't know, but maybe let's just drive through so and so place. And or you may even just really want to eat dinner at home because it's more budget friendly, and the kids are complaining because they want to eat out. I know just last week my kids were doing that. So last Thursday I took them to their music lesson, and it's over at 11:30, and I planned lunch at home. And they're driving home. Oh, Mom, let's stop over at this fast food restaurant on the way home. I'm like, we're almost home. We're gonna eat at home. And lo and behold, we got home. They ate lunch, had delicious meatball sandwiches, and I think they made some like deli type sandwiches too. And they had a great time. They enjoyed their lunch. We played some fun music, danced around, and I felt better because they ate better and I was saving extra money. So having things planned in advance, meal planning, what you're going to wear the next day, planning your day out. Whenever you're planning and are intentional about your wellness, life is going to go so much more smoothly and less stress, and it's predictable, not just for you, but it feels great for family members as well. So today I'm going to be sharing with you a few slides that I made up. And what I want to do is my goal is to teach you step by step today exactly how to meal plan. And I want this to be interactive, and I want to see you pulling out your little sheets. So I have some sheets that I'm going to attach here, just a sec, that you can use to print out, or just you get a blank piece of paper and a pen. It's best to write it out on paper and pen. But if you only have your phone and you can do it on there, that's fine for now. And I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to meal plan. So you can have, by the time we're done with this, I want you to have a meal plan, well, pretty much getting ready, a meal plan set up that you'll be ready to have for next week and through the weekend. So I hope you're ready to dive in and do some fun meal planning with me today. And since probably January of this year, I've been really more diligent about doing it, and it feels so good. So I want to share that with you and how I do it and what's worked best for me and my family over the past several years. All right, so let me grab my slides here. Let me share my screen with you all. Let me come out of here into my slides. Where did they go? Let's see here. I had them here, but now there they are, and now they were hiding. All right, so here are my slides. So meal planning basics for busy families, and of course, that's what meal planning is best for, busy families who are on the run and who don't really have a plan but want health for their families and want a healthy budget as well. So let's start with the slides. Okay, so let's talk. So this is interactive, and since I'm on Zoom, I can't see my Facebook comments. But if you are watching live right now, I want you to, this is interactive, and I want you to respond in the comment section of your Facebook page or Facebook video, answers to these questions. And even if you're watching this recorded on Facebook, I would like you to also put in your answers if you are watching it live or anytime that you're watching this. All right. So what is the one thing that gets in the way of you being able to meal plan regularly? So what's that one thing that you're like, oh, I wish I could do it, but I don't? It could either be yourself, something that gets in the way. What is that one thing that gets in the way of you being able to meal plan regularly? So take a moment and write that down. I'm going to check to see on my Facebook on my phone if there's any comments right now. All right. So if any of you are there, go ahead and answer. All right. So if you're watching, go ahead and answer that question. What is the one thing that gets in the way of you being able to plan meals regularly? Hey, Annette Marie, I see you. Let me know if you need anything. All right. So the next question is, how do you feel life would be like with a weekly meal plan set in place for you and your family? What would that look like? What would that feel like if you had that consistently happening? If you had a weekly meal plan set in place for you and your family? So take a moment, answer that, and comment in the comment section of this live video on our Facebook group. And if you're watching this replay and you are getting this via email, you're also welcome to reply to my email with the answers to these questions so I can help you along. Okay, so if you're watching, go ahead and answer these. What's the one thing that gets in the way of you being able to meal plan? And how do you feel life would be different with weekly meal planning set in place? Okay, so Annette says, life is unpredictable and I don't always have time on the weekends. That is so true. Life is unpredictable. That's why having a meal plan in place gives you a little bit of predictability and it feels so good. Yeah, definitely would make life during the week easier. Thanks, Annette. That's so true. So let's get this going so you can feel like you have that going for you. All right. So what we're going to do is just going to dive right in to meal planning. And the first thing I want to show you here is this weekly meal planner. And I don't know how I can get onto my Facebook page here. Let me see if I can try. One sec here. I want to be able to get you this planner. And I'm going to put it on our Facebook group on this post so you can have it if you want to print it out. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. Here we go. Let me see if I can get this picture in here. Here it is. Not sure if it'll get in there. Let's see. Okay, I'm not able to get it in, but I will put it in as a post, a separate post at the top here. And I'll add it in as a photo. So that way you can have it here. I'm also going to add in the grocery list. So it's going to be at the top here of our page, our group page. And if you want, you can print those out because we're going to be using those right now. Or like I said, if you don't have access to a printer right now, then you can just take out a piece of paper and we'll continue. All right, got my slides here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the weekly meal planner. So super easy. It's nice to have a weekly meal planner so you can have it all in one spot. And what I recommend with meal planning is to never do it off the cuff or wing it. That's probably the worst thing you can do because it's going to be challenging to remember exactly what it was that you were planning to eat. And then when you're frazzled and busy, it'll be impossible to actually remember. So write it down. All right, so weekly meal planner. So you can put in here at the top, it says for the week, let me get my pointer here. for the week of, and you can put your week in here, and you can print out several of these sheets. You can even meal plan for an entire month if you want to. Sometimes what I do is I'll just put the month up here, and I'll put what we're eating for dinner. I usually do dinners only for now. And I just put in what I have for dinner, and then I can rotate those dinners for the 4 weeks of the month. So it keeps it a lot easier and really predictable, and it helps me remember too even better. Or you can change it every week if you want. It's up to you. All right, but keep it simple. That's the idea. So for the week of whatever, and then you can input your breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'll give you the details about how to do this in just a minute. For each meal, like I said, you can start with planning only one meal or all of them. That's fine with me. Here's a little side shopping list you can use. So after you plan out your meals, you can go through your cabinet and see what of those items that you need to get at the store. So this is for you to use. And the next thing I have here is the shopping list. So if you have more items or you want a separate sheet, you can use this particular sheet. So if you want, you can print it out or just write the things down on a sheet of paper. All right. What you can even do too is if you find, you can go on to Pinterest if you're looking for ideas for recipes, and just kind of scroll through, maybe look under Pinterest for some healthy family recipes, easy recipes, crock pot healthy recipes, things to make your life easier. And when you go on there, you can just make your little board of healthy recipes, and then you can have kind of like a small library of meals for you to choose from if you are stuck and can't think of something that you want to eat. And just going through the pictures, you're going to notice, oh, that looks really good. I want to try that, or that's pretty easy. My kids would like that. And just add those favorites, those natural favorites, into your Pinterest board. So you'll have a library of things to go through when you are out of ideas or need some inspiration. All right. Okay, let's get to the steps. So here's the steps that you're going to take for meal planning. There's a lot of, I think I have 11 or 12 steps or something. But the thing is that you don't really have to go through each one of these steps every time. You will, but it's going to be much faster the next time you do it. The more you get practice, it's going to be kind of automatic for you. So let's just go through each step one at a time and break it down. And then as you go and you meal plan, it's going to get easier and easier, more natural. So step number 1, take out a pen and paper. Like I said, pen and paper is super important. You want to do it that way instead of winging it or putting it in your phone for right now to start. There's something magical when you put pen to paper, how much creativity you get and how much you remember when you do it this way. So take out a pen and paper. And you're also going to need your calendar, or at least have it in mind. Having it in front of you is best, whether it's on your phone or it's a paper calendar, so that way you can plan your meals accurately for the week. So step 2, take a look at your calendar for the week and see what your week looks like. So when you see what your week looks like, you'll know what kind of meals to make for each evening or for each meal. So if you have a busy night with, like we have a lot of afternoon activities with the kids, practices and sports activities and youth group and all kinds of stuff. So when I look at my calendar, I know, okay, tonight we have carpool, we're carpooling the kids to baseball or swim practice, whatever. Then I plan an easy meal for that night, or I have something I can cook in advance, like a casserole, or my son will make his lasagna, because I know in the afternoon and evening, we're going to be out and about. Or I'll do like a crock pot meal or something easy, or a one pan meal. I like to do tacos, are really easy to do, and spaghetti. So you want to choose easy meals for the nights that you are going to be out and about with activities, whether it's for yourself or with your kids. Okay. So step 3, on your notepad or sheet of paper, brainstorm a list of your family favorite meals and the easy go-to snacks that you have. I like doing this. I like letting my kids and spouse chip in with some of their favorites too, because not only is it ideas for them that food that they like and that they will eat, but for me and maybe for you too, it might give you some more ideas of foods to add, because sometimes it's like we sit down with a pen and paper like, okay, what do we eat? I can't even think about what we eat. What can we make? But when you have others chip in, you might get some more inspiration and ideas from them as well. So I'm going to give you a moment to just brainstorm on a sheet of paper a list of your go-to family favorite meals and easy snacks. And you can do that on your own right now. And then later on, if you need to add some more in, you can allow your kids and spouse to supplement that. So go ahead and take a moment to do that. So you can just go ahead and list whatever it is that feels that kind of comes off right out of your brain and onto your paper. No need to really overthink it or anything. So you can include any snacks that you really like, or that your kids really enjoy, or just even things that you get at the grocery store regularly, you can put on your paper. Okay, give you a few more seconds, then I'll move on to the next step. And if you want to take more time to do this after, you can do that too. All right, so you should have a few items down, if not a page full. So let's go ahead and move on to the next step. So now that you have your list of food items written down, we're going to start with dinner. So planning out dinners, and then we're going to move down to breakfast. And like I said, if you just want to start with planning dinners first, that's fine, or just whatever meal you choose, if it's breakfast or lunch, or even just planning snacks is fine. So, um, okay, so let's start with planning dinner. Like I said, for the busy nights, look at your calendar, see what you have that's busy. And I would say if you have a crock pot or a pressure cooker, look for meals on Pinterest or just family favorites, excuse me, that you have, and add those in, excuse me, on your busy evenings. So on your little meal planner sheet, you can go back to that and look for days of the week that are busier for you. And then just you can even just put for now crock pot meal or easy meal if you don't know exactly what you want to make yet. But at least you'll kind of start creating a framework of exactly what it is that you want um, to be putting in that particular day of the week. Okay. So I have here, you can do like soups, chilies, spaghetti, or maybe even like a leftovers night. Sometimes I even do breakfast for dinner, which is kind of fun too. So something that's easy. I know for us, like I said, tacos are pretty easy too, taco bar. All right. So for now, you can just put in easy or some ideas if you have some in mind already for those nights. All right, let's go to the next step. So this is actually step 6. I know it says 1, but it's actually step 6. So step 6. So now that you have all your meals, a list of meals, you have written down the nights that you're busy and adding in some meals in there. Now let's go ahead and plan out your meals, making them intentional and special. Instead, let me move my thing here, instead of using them as a backup plan on busy nights. So this is the nice part is when we go out to dinner, we have it planned out as a part of our meal plan. So eating out isn't just an afterthought. It's actually a special time that we get to spend together out to eat. So make sure to look on your calendar and find a night where you and your family can be together to eat out for dinner and making it intentional and special. So thinking of restaurants that you enjoy as a family, whatever it happens to be, and put it in on that night of the week. So usually what I recommend and what our family does too is we'll eat out as a family maybe once a week for dinner. And then as a couple, my husband and I will have a night out together once a week. So I usually, for example, we do family dinner out usually on Friday, sometimes usually on Fridays, or it could even be on one of our busy nights that we intentionally decide to eat dinner out. And then my husband and I do a date night dinner, typically on Thursday nights. There's a local restaurant in town that has a special of burgers and brews on Thursdays. So we like to go there and enjoy time together for that. So you can go to your meal planner and look for a day in your family schedule where you can all be together and enjoy a special dinner night out. And if you're married or have a significant other, to also plan a date night out. Okay. So once you've identified those days, what I want you to do is I want to teach you next about how to plan your meals. So, what is it that should incorporate a meal, whether you're eating out or you're eating in? Some basic nutrition is a meal includes a protein source, an animal or plant such as beans, even quinoa counts as a protein source, vegetables, and a carbohydrate like potatoes, rice, tortillas, and pasta. So a meal is comprised of those three items: a protein, a vegetable, and a carbohydrate, like a starchy carbohydrate. A snack, I don't know if I put this in here later, but a snack includes one or two of those items from a meal. So either it's a protein by itself, a veggie by itself, a fruit by itself, or a carb by itself, or a combination of two of those items would constitute, is that the word? A snack. So that's how you would know. So you plan your snacks as small portions of a meal, and a meal is three of those items. Okay, so when you're planning your meals, make sure that your meals include a protein source, vegetables, and a carbohydrate, a potato, rice, tortillas, or pasta um, type of source. In our family, we typically do sweet potatoes, or sometimes we'll do white potatoes, quinoa, those things, rice, tortilla, pasta with our meals, and lots of veggies. And it's health-wise, it's best to make your diet primarily plant sources, and then use animal protein sources as kind of like a side dish size, just for general health, which also happens to be the Mediterranean style diet of eating, Mediterranean style way of eating. All right. So now that you know how to plan your meals, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to plan your afternoon snacks. So once you have your dinners down, now we're going to go down to afternoon snacks. So planning your afternoon snacks for you and your kids. And like I said, it's a small version of lunch. It can be fruit and veggie smoothie, fruit with nut butter, veggies and hummus, just some ideas for you guys. Cheese and crackers with carrots and celery, chips and salsa or guacamole, whole grain, no sugar cereal, and milk and Greek yogurt. Another family favorite, which I've recently discovered again, is graham crackers with cream cheese. So I haven't had that in a while, but the kids love it. So these are just some of my ideas, but I would love for you to share and comment in our little section here. Comment below with some of your family favorite snacks. What are some of the things that you like? So we can start to get some ideas for each other and kind of open up our scope with as far as food ideas. So go ahead and share some of your favorite go-to snacks that we can all enjoy together. And I'll wait for you to do that until we go on to the next meal. So what are your family favorite snacks? I know it's a little bit of a delay with the Zoom call and then the Facebook, so I think it's like a 10-second delay or so. Okay. Oh, hummus. Hey, and a hummus and carrots or celery. That's pretty tasty too. I know our kids love that. I know when we were doing the cleanse, that was definitely a staple in our house. And I love finding different flavors of hummus. Trader Joe's is great for that, depending if you have one near you. But I love Trader Joe's for all the different kinds of celery or different kinds of hummus they have with different flavors. I know I like the spicy one. I like the tomato basil one, which is fun. And even like certain farmers markets will have a lot of tasty hummus. So yeah, that's a great one. All right, and if any of you guys are not watching live, watching the recording, feel free to comment below with your favorite go-to snack because it'll really give them some great ideas of what we can do and implement in our diets. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. So after you come up with some ideas for snacks for the afternoon for your kids, like if you haven't already, you can make a list of those things and then add them into your meal plan, into your meal planner. Each day of the week, and even you can even include weekends also. So make sure that we include weekends, especially if you're going out, you'll have some snacks to take with you. So make sure to fill in, and you can even just, I like to rotate things, so you can even have 3 different snack options and just rotate them throughout the week, unless you have more ideas and want to add those in each day. This is your meal plan, so it's really up to you on how you want to structure this. Okay. So go ahead and take a sec to fill those in. And also, if you are watching live, you can feel free to also watch the replay as many times as you want and pause and fast forward or rewind to catch anything that you may have missed. So that's the nice thing about videos. All right, so once you've gotten some ideas down for afternoon snack, let's go ahead and move down to breakfast. I know did I miss lunch? Guess I did. But let's move down to breakfast and we'll come back to that. So let's move to breakfast. So what you want to do, same thing as you do with dinners, is you want to look for your busy mornings. I know most people with kids or just busy getting to work, things like that. Mornings tend to be most hectic time of the day. So what I like to do is come up with easy, healthy, to go, on the go breakfast ideas. So I just listed a few things here that I've had or I've heard from others that are great, easy to go breakfasts. So here's some ideas. So we have whole grain or no sugar cereals, plain oatmeal. We like to add in raisins, honey, and cinnamon to give it a little extra flavor. Greek yogurt, breakfast, veggie, and fruit smoothies with protein powder and a fat such as nut butter, avocado, or flax seeds. I love adding healthy fats to smoothies because it helps it to stick to your bones a little bit longer. Stick to your ribs, I think is the saying. Help it stick to your ribs a little bit better and last a lot longer, especially for busy, active kids. Or if you have a busy day, you don't feel hungry as soon. It's kind of nice to sustain energy. If you tend to exercise in the morning, having a snack like this also is really great pre-exercise energy. So you'll have a little extra boost in your energy before your workout when having these types of smoothies. Another one is a plain yogurt parfait with organic frozen mixed fruit and granola. Those are really tasty. My daughter loves that. Scrambled eggs and cheese with whole grain toast and butter. So of course, if you're gluten-free, I like to also have brown rice cakes with sunflower seed butter on top and even maybe some sliced bananas. So tasty and satisfying. It lasts in my stomach for a little while. And I like to have some tea or coffee with it too. So those are kind of some easy to go things I do when I go out. So I know some of them, like scrambled eggs and cheese, aren't necessarily like to go, but they don't take really long to make. Scrambling a few eggs and putting cheese on top with some bread, it's actually pretty quick. So go ahead and if you haven't started already, go ahead and start thinking of ideas or getting things from your go-to meals list and putting them in breakfast time. So I'll give you a moment to start filling in breakfast for you and your family. This is so nice. I'm sure you already can tell how good it feels to have things set up already. Even if you haven't completed or if you have, it already feels good coming up with ideas and having it on paper. So you can use this meal plan for the rest of this month and next month and just rotate things around. So it's so freeing. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next step. And like I said, if you want to continue on, you can keep adding in your breakfasts. Okay, where am I here? Okay, we're almost done. All right, so the next step is we kind of started going through this already, but I have here pull out your blank meal planner and fill in the blanks from your brainstorm list. And we started doing that already, which is fine. And then, okay, so now that we've have your meal plan set up, except for lunch, which I noticed I skipped in my list, I'm not sure why. But for lunch, same thing. You want to have a meal. So you want to have a protein source, you want to have a carbohydrate source, and a fruit or vegetable source. So whatever that looks like for you or your family, and generally weekday lunchtime is pretty consistent as far as where you are or what you're doing. If you happen to have a busy day or an odd day where lunchtime is either busy or you're going to be in meetings or out doing something, plan too. Like if you're going to be out on a field trip with the kids on a weekday, or if the kids are going to be out, or if you're doing something that's different than your usual, you want to start there first and look for that particular day and think of something easy that you can do for that particular meal. So maybe even like a favorite, or you can use that time as a intentional lunchtime out. So making sure to make that a meal. So I'm going to give you a sec to fill in some lunch ideas. And even if you have like 3 or 4 ideas, you can just rotate those for different days of the week. And I know during the weekend, lunch is kind of, I know for us, off the cuff because there's not really a set lunch time or pattern. Every weekend's different and unpredictable. So you can maybe do a special lunch out, or maybe just make something easy at home. I know my family likes to do some pizzas, some family or homemade pizzas, or we just get some chicken tenders from Trader Joe's and put them in our toaster oven and get some veggies with it, or even have some leftovers from the night before. Especially if we went out the night before, it's really tasty the next day for lunch on Saturday or Sunday. Um, so yeah, just kind of think of ideas of what you could do for lunchtime during the week and on the weekend. So as you're filling that out, one of the things that I didn't address in here is um, desserts or special meals, or celebration meals, or alcohol, things that are little that aren't part of our standard every day. So for desserts, what my family and I used to do, and you can even come up with maybe share some ideas too. But for desserts, we tend to kind of go with the flow and be intuitive about it. But before, if you need more structure than just free flowing, if you're not feeling quite intuitive yet, what you can do is we would set up dessert night or dessert day. So we used to have this uh, special tradition called Family Dessert Day. So we would go to our favorite ice cream place or whatever dessert sounded really good to all of us, and we would set aside like a Thursday afternoon or a Wednesday or whatever worked for us, and we would go out for dessert in the afternoon. So we'd go after school and before practices started happening for the kids. So we would go like around 3:30, 4:30 and have an afternoon dessert, and then they would go off to practice and burn it off and use the extra energy, and not go to bed with sugar-filled stomachs. And I loved it. We all loved it. We enjoyed it. It was a time of day when we were hungry for a snack anyway. So, of course, eating when you're hungry, stop when you're satisfied is key. So, when our bodies were hungry in the afternoon, we got a little dessert. And if we didn't feel like it that day or if it didn't sound that great, we were totally free to pass. So it's not something that, oh, it's a dessert day, we have to have it right now. You didn't have to, and sometimes I wouldn't. And I just wasn't feeling like it didn't sound that great. Or sometimes I was desiring it that day or on a different day. So if I wasn't doing dessert day on the day we were going, I just wouldn't have it and enjoy it on the day that I wanted it. So that's kind of more of an intuitive way to do it. But if you want more structure, and you can also designate a dessert day or dessert night or however you want to do it for you and your family. And that's something to really look forward to as well. So if you want to designate a special dessert day on your meal planner, feel free to do that. And maybe what I'll do too, if I can find one easily, I will also give you guys a copy of a completed meal plan that you can use for your family or just to get more ideas. All right. So after you have filled in your meal planner, what you're going to do is you're going to make a grocery list based on your meals and snacks for the week, checking your fridge and pantry for items you need. So you don't have to do that right now. But once you've completed your meal planner, you're going to make your grocery list and check to see what you have in the fridge, what you're missing, what you need. Look at some recipes that maybe you have downloaded and printed and see what of those items you need from there. And then once you have your list ready to go, you can head to the store and plan your meals for the week. They're ready to go. Usually I like to post my meal planner, or right now I have a dry erase board that I write our meals on in our pantry. And I just kind of open it each day to see, oh, what's for dinner tonight? Oh, chicken. And tomorrow, oh, today is dinner out. Cool. So, and then we usually do Saturday mornings breakfast or Sunday, depending on what's happening that week. So it's always fun. And we think of our favorite restaurants to go to, and we want to try something new. So oh wait, how about this dinner night out, dinner out night. We will put in our, favorite restaurant, what sounds good or what we want to try. So it kind of feeds the natural foodie in us. So yeah, so what you'll do is get all your stuff together, get your grocery list together, and head to the store. And it's so nice because it feels so good to walk into a grocery store with a list and not kind of, oh, what looks good, just kind of going by what looks good. And especially when you're hungry and go shopping, that's probably the hardest situation because everything looks good. I even went one time to the grocery store when I was feeling thirsty, and I ended up coming home with all these different juices, and probably, I think, remember, it was one bottle of juice I actually never drank and ended up throwing away because it was really impulsive at the time. It never really actually sounded good to me. But so yeah, be wary of that. Make sure that you're going to the store with some food in your stomach and you're not really hungry, because it's really hard to make rational decisions and logical decisions when you're feeling hungry. So what I would like you to do is I would like to have you share and comment here, what is your family's favorite thing to do or place to go for dinner night out, or even date night out? What's the thing that you love, or place that you love to go to with your family or with your date that you look forward to, or that you could look forward to for your dinner night out? So go ahead and comment in the comment section here, and we get some fun ideas too. But I know we live in different places. I'm up here in North Idaho. I lived in Southern California my whole life, and we just moved up here 9 months ago. So um, we're actually going to be coming down soon too. But anyway, so share with us where you like to eat and maybe even what food you love. Because sometimes we can even choose dinner night out based on the food we feel like eating, not necessarily the restaurant, but a particular food that they serve. So maybe share with us the food that you love and enjoy eating for a special night out. So I'll give you a moment to do that. Okay, so let's wait and see. I guess it is a 10-second delay. So on my phone, I check that for our comments. So as I wait, it says, I hope you feel like you've really are starting to get some new strategies and really starting to learn how meal planning works and that it is sustainable and especially sustainable because of how good it feels when you have it done. And it is hard or it is easy to fall into the trap of backsliding and just like, oh, I got it. I kind of remember, or even just forgetting to meal plan for the week. So I would say to set an intention in your mind of I do my weekly meal planning on Thursdays for the next week. So I can go grocery shopping on Friday or Saturday, depending on what your schedule is, and have all the food ready that I need for the week. So you're just gonna feel so great. I just can't keep saying I can't stop saying that over and over again. It's gonna you feel so good because there's so much freedom and predictability and lightness and control and all that great stuff when you have a meal plan in place and you feel healthier, eating healthier and more consistently and saving your budget in a huge way as well. Because as we all know, eating out is such a convenience, but it can also take a toll on your health and your budget. So I hope this has helped. And like I said, if you're watching this live or you're watching it recorded, you can come back to the recorded version and you can rewind, pause, fast forward, whatever you need to do, stop it and start over again, or watch it again when you forget how to do this. But like I said in the beginning, at first, these are, kind of mundane steps and tasks, but as you go, it's going to start to happen a little bit more quickly and you're going to know exactly how it works and the steps you need to take and then it'll be easier and easier each time. So let me know if you have any more questions in the comments. I'll be checking once in a while to see if what questions you have and how I can answer them. And I think that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.